in your experience as small business owners, as you're out there on the web, as new people come to you and ask for a new website, what are some traps we're falling into when we're designing our website?
Well, this whole world of marketing and promotion and branding, it's really common sense. It all breaks down to, what's going on in here in the human mind. And, what some businesses, they say we need a website, and they put the facts out there. It might even look good, but it's the facts. This is what we do. This is what we sell. Come buy it. Here's how, I get that, but there is a lot more to it. Even it really doesn't matter what you sell or what you're doing service wise or whatever. There's got to be some way to get in touch with this or this on the human side, because you're not promoting to robots, right?
Yeah.
You need humans to come in here and pay you to do what you do in some way, shape, or form. It's really that simple. So what a lot of folks miss is, touching that person mentally, finding the term these days is pain point. What's that person need? What do they want? And why should they want it from me? Right. So my mission on websites, and if you look at them, I have a pretty extensive portfolio on my website. If you look at them, the formula is basically the same on every one of them. I put my animation experience to work with an animated slider. I call that the hook.
Yep.
This is where people see and they're going to make their judgment right there.
Within 3 seconds. I mean, it's there or gone. Yep.
Yeah. It's going to tell a story, and it's got to be quick, and it's got to feel kind of interesting,
Yeah.
Or it's got to answer that question, for what people want, I want that, that's right. That's what I've been looking for, So there's the hook, there's more detail, there's the call to action, and that's, pretty much it. The hook or the fold is a little more detail, and how to do it. How do I solve your problems? More information on how, and here's how you get hold of us to buy it.
Yeah. And you do that. And then you hook them in. And then once they enter that contact information, or they pick up the phone, or I guess from a website perspective, if they enter that contact information, and people are, this term automate everything. I heard that before. And I think that might be some of the worst advice.
Right.
Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. Yeah. It happens. Everybody wants it just to work on its own, and they never want to have to think about it because it makes people's heads hurt. It's technology. It's something they don't know what to do with, and all that stuff. But that's what we're here for. Right. So a lot of people ask me about SEO, for example, right? Yep. So, it's got to have SEO. I'm like, well, what type of SEO? I'll ask. And the kind that makes people find us online. Well, yeah. Okay. That's what it does. But there's a couple types. Like there's organic SEO, and that's what we do. We build it into the website. It's all baked in. In other words, it has background keywords already embedded. It's got the content's written in a way that it's found naturally on Google, which is what Google's algorithm pushes, is natural, find people naturally, because they want to give you useful information. Otherwise they're useless, right? So there's optimized imagery. In other words, each photo has a name, so that if you're searching something, maybe it finds the photo, which leads to the website. Videos, all these things, backlinking to their social media, and all the things that make traffic go in and out naturally. That's the organic stuff, right? But then there's the off-page SEO. That's the stuff you pay for. Digital digital advertising and placing ads online on social media and things like that, which is also great. Okay. It's a little expensive, but it's, I say if you're a local company and you're looking for local clients, I say throw that money at actual marketing, let people get to know who you are, because they'll stop searching for an item and start searching your name. If they put your name in the search field, they're going to find you top of the list, right? So if they know, okay, it's almost like Pronto Plumbing, or I don't know, Appalachian Brewing, or somebody, where already know what they do and what they have, and that they can solve your problems. You just say, I'm going to look them up and see what they cost and see if they can help me. So anyway, that's I guess I don't know. I hope that answered your question. It was a long answer.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yes. Our website is a tool for us to use to answer that question of what we provide and why you should work with us. That we shouldn't just, once they hit that contact button, don't put them in an email workflow. Like, there's a human person with a, human being with a heartbeat on the other in that contact information. So reach out to them. Getting caught up in that SEO trap. I know first of all, there's different types of SEO. So that's new, but yeah. And doing all the things that you can to put yourself in the best light. So writing that copy with keywords in there, making sure that your images have that alt text in there. These are different things that we can do for the organic reach. And just don't remove all the human from your website. We know this is a digital asset. We get it. But again, you can't remove that human. And that comes from your images. It comes from your words. It comes from the flow of how you interact with your prospects. Thanks for watching Practical Talk on YouTube. Listen to full episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And while you're there, be sure to hit that subscribe button.